people wanted us, Hawaiian people, to be part of his state. It happened. Now, what are we? Nothing. When it comes to a situation like this, where are we? In the back burner. Sending money elsewhere, billions versus 700 per person, and that's not our country. That is really insane. That really makes me very angry that they would do this to the people of USA, Hawaii people. Why can't that $150 billion come to the people in need? Hawaii is USA, what they wanted, and they got it. Now help us.
So it's been over a couple of weeks, and I wish I could say that things were getting better down in Maui, down in Lahaina, but that is simply not the case. I won't necessarily say that things are getting worse, because what could be worse than being trapped in the middle of these flames and having police officers who you think are there to save you? You have these officers there that are blocking you from escaping the flames. Nothing can really get much worse than that. But the way the media and these local officials have been acting, that's getting worse, because now they're actively getting caught in lies every day. We know about the roadblocks. Everyone has been talking about the roadblocks. All of the survivors from the area, they've talked about the roadblocks, yet the police chief has literally tried to deny that any of that even happened. But there's surveillance footage. There's video that people captured on their phones. There's firsthand accounts from survivors that all say the same exact thing. But one thing we have not really talked about here is the water supply. We talked about the fact that they shut off the water while people were trying to fight the fires and fight the flames. We know that. But the water supply in the area has been supposedly tainted or poisoned by all of these chemicals that went up in smoke, basically. So we're having a situation where people in the area, they don't have fresh drinking water. They've been told that it's not even safe to boil the drinking water that they have, so they're having to rely on help to get water. The only thing is, these agencies that are in the area, such as FEMA and you name it, they've been blocking people from transporting goods and supplies into the area. People are having to ride boats around the island trying to bring people medical supplies, food, and water. So FEMA is trying to be basically the only source for drinking water in the area. And they literally fly overhead in airplanes and announce when it's okay for people to come to designated areas to get whatever water and food they feel like rationing out that day, because they're blocking most of the supplies from coming in. Well, the talk of the town right now, I have nothing official on paper that can confirm this, but allegedly, this is what locals are saying right now, and I believe them, because they've told the truth about everything else, and I have no reason to believe that they're lying. Locals are claiming that they are getting sick from the water that is being supplied to them by whatever agencies are supplying them with the water. They're not getting sick from the water that's being provided to them from friends, family, and neighbors, but the bottled water that they've been given is supposedly getting people sick. Now, are they maybe getting sick from something else? That's a possibility. I don't know, what's necessarily going on here, but I just wanted to let you all know that, because that's the word that's traveling around down in the area right now, that people believe they're getting sick from the water. But as I said, FEMA came down into this area, and their number one priority seems to be blocking people from seeing what's going on and blocking people from delivering supplies that are needed. Why is that? I don't know. They haven't really identified many bodies. We still have hundreds of people missing. The death toll hasn't really gone up much, so that makes me assume that they're not really doing their jobs. But they're putting up these fences, these walls. They're guarding the area. They have officers in unmarked cars guarding the area, making sure that no one goes in. And it just seems like their number one priority is to cover this up, as opposed to help the people who were affected. And I find that disgusting. But I want to give you all a quick visual. I'm going to show you a quick clip of what's going on down there, what these fences look like, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
There seems to be a huge emphasis on ensuring that the media and anyone else can't see what's going on here in Lahaina, West Maui. There are miles and miles of this black fence going up that was not here before, that is obscuring ground zero and making sure no one can see what's going on inside of there from the road. No one can get in there. No one can take any pictures. And then I've also seen these weird foreign police cars showing up, these special police, I'm not sure what to call them. This is a Nissan, but there's quite a large presence of these standing guard around the perimeter. We've also lost our ability to fly drones really anywhere near this area. Now, this 20-second clip here that I tried to get out of my car and show what was going on, I was almost immediately, after these 20 seconds, National Guard came, chased me off, yelled at me, told me to get back in my car and keep moving. So you cannot pull over. You can't even stop your car anywhere near any of this anymore. Now, I'm going to show you a fairly long clip that shows just how extensive the fencing is on the western side of the main highway here. And there also is National Guard, regular police, and what I have dubbed special police, which are these police cars that are foreign made. The people that are driving them they don't look like any police I've ever seen in the United States. So kind of a bizarre situation, but they have a huge presence standing guard, ensuring that nothing can be documented. You can't stop your car, you can't pull over, you can't fly a drone, you can't take a picture, you can't get in anywhere near any of this, which is part of what makes the footage that I have so unique. Now, I always make sure to point out that the footage that I have has been uploaded to the mainland to multiple people. They have the credentials to my social media, so if anything does happen to me, it's not going to prevent the story getting out. But the footage I have both on the ground and drone, but particularly on the ground, is not going to be able to be reproduced with the amount of resources they have put into locking this area down. Now, I am working on another video now that's going to show side by side this same drive a week ago, so you guys can compare what it's like now, and you can see just the amount of fencing, rocks, police, barricades, all of the effort they are putting into this. They are putting a lot of energy into it, which is kind of interesting. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on it as well. Now, here in these clips, you can see the presence of police, including these, what I've dubbed the special police, and you can see all these guys standing guard on the perimeter. And this is not even really the perimeter. This is quite far away from what burned and from ground zero. So apparently they are concerned that somebody will park or stop their car on the side of the road here and go hiking for miles into this area that's just ashes and rubble. So it's very interesting the amount of effort they're putting into this. Anyway, guys, there's a lot more to come. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned.
The amount of fencing and walls, barricade, and, fences that they've put up surrounding this area, it's impressive. It's impressive. Think about the manpower that would be needed to basically erect a barricade, a barrier wall around a whole entire town, a whole entire area. But that's what has been done. And like I said in prior videos, I understand we could have conversations about why fences are needed in certain areas. I get it. But that's the number one priority. It seems like all the manpower has gone in to shutting everyone off from the area, making sure that no one sees what's really going on there, making sure that you can't see it with your own two eyes, maybe gather your own evidence. It seems like that's where they've concerted their effort. Not into helping anyone. Not really even into necessary. I know they've been looking around for bodies and stuff, don't get me wrong. But if they were putting as much effort into looking for the people who were claimed by these fires as they were putting into building these fences, we would be somewhere. But I want you all to understand the death toll is sitting around almost this. It's not the same number, but it's sitting around the same area where we've been sitting since this happened. Yet there's hundreds of people missing, and you can only assume that those people are probably no longer with us. So, what's taking so long? It wasn't until people started asking questions and applying pressure. It literally was not until like 2 days ago that they finally announced some of the names of the people missing. And even though there's reportedly over 1,000 people missing, the FBI only released the names of like 300 and something people. And basically what they're claiming is overnight, somehow, the number of missing people dropped from over 1,000 to like 300 and something. That doesn't make much sense to me. What's the explanation for over 700, 800, 900 people who are just all of a sudden, you just found 900 people overnight? So there's a lot of weird stuff going on down there. Like I said, now we have this environmental problem because they're claiming that the drinking water isn't safe in the area, and people are forced to drink the water that's being provided to them that they claim is getting them sick. It's a whole clusterfuck of a situation. I feel terrible about it, and I'm keeping my eye on it as closely as possible because we're witnessing something really crazy here. And I feel like in today's day and age, we're just so used to seeing all this wild stuff. We're so desensitized to what's going on around us. But this should be the biggest news story in the world right now. The fact that people just go about their days and they don't even worry about the fact that the government literally shut the water off on people who were trying to fight fires and then blocked them from escaping and directed them into the flames to die. That should be the number one thing that everyone's worried about and talking about. But we've reached a point in this society where a lot of people just find this acceptable. Oh, okay, it's just another Sunday, it's just another Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day it is of the week. It's just another day, okay, who cares? It's really sickening to me. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.